America. On your screen, you see some of the financial firms that I work with. Pacific Life, Fidelity Investment, Transamerica. These companies do a bunch of different things. The financial industry is $1 trillion, this trillions of dollar industry. This is the biggest industry in America with trillions of dollars produced every single year. These companies you see right here. Now, I don't know, do you recognize any of these companies? Let me call on Angela. Angela, do you recognize any of these companies on your screen?
Yeah, insurance. I see two insurance, three insurance, maybe four. Yeah, insurance, five. Yeah,
Do you recognize
insurance.
this one right here, Fidelity Investment? Do you see Fidelity Investments?
Yes, I see it. Have heard of Fidelity, but I don't know Fidelity Investments.
Yeah, Fidelity, they do a lot of 401ks and a lot of other stocks and Bitcoin and all that stuff. Right. So
Okay.
a bunch of them. Anyways, we do estate plannings. We do what we call $1 million baby. Angela, did you know that 15 days after a child is born, that child qualifies for what we call $1 million baby account, which means that by the time that child gets to 18, that child can be a millionaire. I'm going to show you guys how to design and structure $1 million baby portfolio. When you know better, you do better. We set up tax-free retirements. We set up what we call fixed index annuity portfolios, legacy planning, business, what I call key employee executive bonus plans, long-term cares, all these different things. We do all of that. Now, let me talk to you guys about your financial GPS. Now, guys, the elite of this country, wealthy Americans consider 10 things that allow them to keep their money. If anybody's on this call today and you want to work hard and keep your money, you've been working so hard. If you want to really work and keep your money and see your money grow, you have to consider these 10 things. I call them the financial principles of successful people. So wealthy Americans consider 10 things that allow them keep their money. Number one thing, Angela, can you read this for me?
Make money, but never lose money.
Ooh, I love that. Make money but never lose money. The first rule of money, which is the most important rule of money, is that make money but never lose money. You see that? Make money but never lose money. No matter what happens, even if this call was to disconnect right now, I promise you guys, don't forget this rule number one. Make money but never lose money. Rule number two, Angela, can you read that rule for me real quick?
Never forget rule number one.
Never forget rule number one, ladies. No matter what happens, never forget rule number one. The rule says never lose money. So how do I make money and not lose money? That should be the question on your mind right now. This rule was brought by the greatest investor here on earth. We call him Warren Buffett. It's not Julius. It's not Maureen. It's this guy right here, a billionaire, multi-billionaire. He says, never lose money, never forget rule number one. Then there's rule number three that says management versus no management fees. Rule number four says inflation. Rule number five says double taxation. Number six, flexibility and liquidity. Number seven, compound interest. Number eight, social security. Number nine, chronic critical illness, which is the number one cause of poverty and bankruptcy in America. Number 10 is what I call the nurse, estate, and the probate court system. You see these 10 rules right here? These principles are things that if you want to make money and not lose money, you have to consider these 10 things. Now we're going to briefly look at them and see and we're going to do a test to see how you've been performing over these years. If you've been making money and losing money, or if you've not been losing money. We're going to look at that. And from these, you're going to make what I call better informed decisions on your wealth, on your wealth plan, your future wealth plan, and all of that. Now, let's look at this. My screen here says financial portfolios. A financial portfolio is simply a bucket that is holding your money. Everyone on this call looking at me right now, your money is sitting in one or two or three of these buckets. It can either be a checking account, a savings account, a CD, a 401k, a Roth, stocks, annuities, life insurance, bonds, college funds, social security, pension, all of this. At any point in time, your money is sitting in one or two of these buckets. If your money is not in any of these buckets, Angela, I tell you the truth, it's under your pillow somewhere or under the mattress. I call it mattress money. Oh, yes. So let me call on a couple of people on the call. Angela, look at these portfolios. Do you have a check? Which of them do you have? I'm sure you have one, two. Which one do you have? Do you have a 401k?
Yeah. Yep, a
Awesome.
TSP and a checking and a savings, and I'm counting on a pension and counting on Social Security too.
Nice. Okay. So you have a few of these. So she has a checking, she
Yes.
has a saving, she has a 401k. All right, let me look at Tara. Did I call Tara Taylor? Did I get the name correctly?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Hey, Tara, look at these portfolios on your screen. Which of them do you have?
1, 2, 4, 7, 9, 12, 13.
Nice. So she has a few things. So it means
Nice.
that
Well, it's not much in there. I kept taking money out, but I still have, yeah.
which is good. And we're going to uncover something. I'm about to blow your mind here, Tara, with some things that you're going to, oh my God, I didn't know. But again, good news is all the things I'm going to be sharing with you guys will be able to relate because you've experienced it, you've seen it, you've heard. So this will be very relatable. But we're going to learn something even bigger, which is what the elites are doing to stay wealthy. If you do the same thing, you're going to be super wealthy. All right. Now, we've now seen that with everybody on the call today, your money is seated in one or two or three of these portfolios. A 401k means Section 401k is a tax code of the Internal Revenue Code. A TSP is a 401k for people who have served or currently serving in the military. So it's the same thing as a 401k. A 457 is the same as a 401k, but for government workers and public sector workers. A 403b, this is called Section 403b of the Internal Revenue Code. This is a 401k for non-for-profit workers. All right. So these are all brothers and sisters in the same family. Then you have Roth IRAs, which people always heard about. Hey, get you a Roth, all of those things. Then you hear stocks and Bitcoin, annuities, life insurance, all those different things. Those are what we call financial portfolios. Now we're going to do what I call a test of performance. Angela, what we're about to do now is we're going to now take these 10 principles of successful people and we'll put them next to these financial portfolios so that you can make an assessment to see how your financial portfolio has been performing for you over the years. You will now see if you've been working so hard, putting your money in a bucket that is leaking money, or if the bucket you have is not leaking money. We're going to do that test. And if your bucket is leaking money, how to seal it so you don't lose money. By leaking money, I mean that you're losing money. All right? Because my goal here today is for you to work hard and grow your wealth without losing it, just like the top 5% are doing. But why is it that you've been working so hard? The problem with you, Tara, is not that you don't work hard. The problem is that you work so hard, the money comes in, but the money also goes out. So we're going to identify what is taking your money and seal those loopholes so that the money doesn't go out again like that. All right, now let's do that test. To do that test of performance, we take the 10 principles of successful people, we put them next to the financial portfolios, and then we see how each portfolio performs for you under the principles. Principle number 1 said, make money but never lose money. When we take that principle and we put it next to the financial portfolios, you see it right here. Each time you have your money in a checking account, a savings account, and a CD, right? Your bank, it could be Bank of America, it could be Chase, it could be Wells Fargo. They give you crumbs. The interest rate they give on your money is 0.01% interest to 0.02. It is almost nothing. It is crumbs, but it is something. So because your bank gives you some little crumbs, we say that you can make money in those accounts, so you are not losing money. All right. So if you keep money in your checking account and you don't take it out, you can make some little crumbs at the end of the year. For example, my bank called Bank of America, if I put $100,000 at the end of the year, I will make $10. So I've made a little something. So it is called not losing money. That is why you have these green check marks. Now, these red check marks you see here, ladies, simply means that you is subject to the performance of the market. It means you can make money as well as you can lose money. Each time you put your money in this basket, like a 401k, Roth, stocks, and Bitcoin, if the market goes up, you can make money. If the market goes down, you will lose money. So the elites are saying that this is too volatile. And because of the volatility of these accounts, they don't want to put their money in a bucket that is shaky. It's like an EKG machine in the hospital. They don't want that kind of volatility. They want to sleep with peace of mind, not with one eye open. So to do so, they don't want to put their money in this basket. They would rather put it in any basket that is green. For example, index annuities, life insurance, and municipal bonds. Each time your money is in this bucket, what happens is that you are guaranteed an interest rate that is steady. It does not fall. So the market does not affect this bucket right here in green, but the market will affect this one. All right. So to pass that
Wow.
test of performance, each time your money is in a 401k, your Roth and your stocks, you can lose that money. But when your money is in this bucket, you will not lose the money. Period. You get it? You understand it? Then boom, we move.
Yeah.
Next one is the college fund. Did you know that the money you are putting aside, you are setting aside for your child's education, those guys take that money and put it in the market. So while you are relaxed thinking that your child is going to go to school at 18, that money is being gambled with by someone. So you can lose that money and you did not know. Absolutely. Principle number 2 said, don't forget remember rule number 1. Rule number 1 says that never lose money. The rule number 2 says, never forget rule number 1, right? Rule number 3
Right.
is paying financial advisors and management fees. This one is going to break your hearts, guys. Now listen to this. All right. Let me ask you a question, Stephanie. Stephanie, unmute for me. Let me ask you this question. All right. If I give you $100,000, now let's say you have $100,000 right now in cash, okay? And you said, you know what? Hey, Julius, take my money. Take this $100,000 that I have. Keep it for me. I'm going to come and collect it when I turn 59 and a half. But I know that you don't work for free. So every year, take your money from me. Take your fees from me, called management fees. Just to manage my money, you'll be paid 2% in management fees. So every year, take 2% from this money. And then I also know, Julius, that you're going to use my money in the market. But when I turn 59 and a half, I'll come back for my money. Whatever I see in that account, I'm going to take it. Would you like to do that with your money, Stephanie?
No.
Absolutely. Now, did you know, Stephanie, that each time you put your money in the 401k, that's exactly what you're doing? Now, let me
I didn't
explain.
realize it.
Let me say some things that will blow your brains out, guys. A 401k simply means that the government, your system, created a tax code called Section 401k. All right. Now, mind you, tax codes are the secrets to create wealth. So tax codes are also the secrets to stay broke. Because if you use the popular tax codes that they give you, you stay broke. But if you're smart and use the tax codes that the elites use, you stay wealthy. Because why they give you a 401k, they put their money in another tax code. And I'm about to show you guys that. All right? And I'm licensed by the state of Texas and all 50 states to be able to tell you guys this. The 401k, when you put money inside, that is your hard-earned retirement money. But what happens is that each time your money is in your 401k account, a 401k account can be with Fidelity Investment. It can be with Charles Schwab's, Vanguard. All of these are 401k companies. They don't work for free. Every year, they take 2% plus in management fees. Whether there is money in there or not, they are taking money from your 401k in management fees. In my experience in financial services, a lot of people don't even know that they are losing money every year in management fees. So because you are losing money in management fees, you think that your 401k is growing, but it's actually losing money. Then now, number 2, when they take your 401k, when you put money in your 401k, these companies take that money and they trade it in the market. So you can actually think that you have $10,000 in the 401k, and like we just in the past few weeks when Donald Trump instituted the tariffs and the market was down to negative and losing trillions of dollars within 2-3 days. Those who had 401ks don't know that they've lost money already. If you had a 401k, pick up your phone right now and call them. But when you are doing so, please drive closer to the emergency unit because you might have a heart attack. Because you are thinking that there's money in your 401k, but there is no money. Because last week, the market was down and you lost everything and you didn't even know it. So your 401k, which is your retirement money, that you are thinking that you have $100,000 in there, you may not have it. I tell you the truth. I'm going to prove it to you right now. Now, so the elites are saying that each time you have money in a checking account, a savings account, a CD, you are not paying anybody to manage that money. But when you have it in a 401k, IRAs, Roth, and stocks, You are paying somebody to manage that money. So, Angela, what they're saying here is that if you have to pay someone to manage your money, then you are losing money in management fees. You're not supposed to pay someone to manage your hard-earned money. So the reason why we are working so hard but we are broke is because we are making money, but somebody is taking from our hard work in the name of management fees. That person is your 401k company called Vanguard, Fidelity Investment and Charles Schwab's. But you are so busy that you don't even notice that they are taking 2% every year. Imagine that you have $100,000 in your 401k and I am taking 2% every year. That is $2,000 every year for 30 years. If I kept that 401k for 30 years, that's $60,000 that I've taken in just management fees. A lot of people don't even know it. That is why I'm always saying that the 401k is for people who are planning to be broke when they retire. Let me show you guys something. When you have your money in index annuities, life insurance, and municipal bonds, this green check mark means that you're not paying anybody to manage your index annuities, your life insurance, and municipal bonds. So these are good accounts. That college account that you have for your child to go to school, you're paying somebody to manage that account. So that's a disaster. Now, let me show you this. Let me show you guys this. Watch this. This one is going to blow your mind. Inflation, right? Inflation is 3%, so interest rate has to be 3%. Right now, the current inflation in America is roughly about 2.8 to 3%. It means that any investment you are doing, ladies, right now, if the interest on that investment is not higher than 3%, you are losing money. It means that you are unable to outpace inflation. So wherever your money is sitting right now, if the interest rate that you are making on that money is not greater than the rate of inflation in America, you are losing money. Let me blow your minds with something, guys. Did you know, Stephanie, that the dollar loses its value by 3% every year? Meaning that a dollar this year is worth 97 cents next year. Oh, yes. So if you thought you had $10,000 10 years ago, that $10,000 is worth little. Let me prove it to you. If you go back to the apartment complex you were staying at, Tara, say 10 years ago, and you want to move into that same unit, are you going to still pay the same rent? You know why? Because prices of goods and services have gone up. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So what is inflation? If inflation means a rise in the price of goods and services, right?
That's correct.
All right. Now, what you used to buy for $20 10 years ago, can you still buy that same thing for $20, Tara?
No.
Gas prices were just 3 years ago was a few dollars, maybe $1 and some change, right? In the state of Texas, it was $1.50. Now it's close to $3. You see that? Now, so you realize that you are trying to solve the reason why we are broke is not because we don't work hard. It's because we are trying to solve an exponential problem with a linear investment. Our paycheck remains the same, while prices of everything is going up.
Yes.
And that's the problem. It's a disaster, Tara, because your employer is paying you just enough to keep showing up to work. So they are paying you, oh my goodness, I just said something powerful. They are paying you $20 an hour and you're excited. The goal of every employer is to keep you comfortable enough to keep showing up.
Yes.
But the truth is, if they are paying you $20 an hour, it means they're making $150 on you.
Mm-hmm.
But then they need you to keep showing up, so they deceive you to think that, hey, I'm okay, it's $20 an hour. At least I can pay my bills. I can take care of this. No, I love my job. I can pay my bills. I can do that. I'm about to blow your minds up with something. But the truth is that, Tara, let me ask you a question. Let's be honest, guys. This is about us being real. Okay, this is now money talks. We are talking money here. We are not reading scripture. I'm going to let Maureen handle scriptures and the prophetic. Let's talk money. Let's talk our bank accounts. Because the reality is that who you are is you when nobody is seeing you. When all is said and done, you are sitting in your room like Tara is sitting right now, and you start reflecting on your bank account. That's the reality right there. It hits
That's
you. You know what is in that account. And I want us to face that account, face our reality, and accept the truth and take on that responsibility. Now, let me ask you guys this, right? Imagine that the rate of inflation is 3%. which means that your money is in a checking account, your money is in a savings account, your money is in a CD. Your bank is giving you 0.01% interest, Sarah. Is 0.01% greater than 3%?
No.
It means that you are trying to solve an exponential problem with a linear investment. They have not given you a pay raise. You've worked so hard for this company for decades, for years. They've given you 25 cents in pay raise. And every year, prices are going up. How do they expect you to survive? You now see that the reason why you are struggling is not because you don't work hard. It's because a system has been designed to work against you. Are you following me?
Yes.
Now, let me shock you guys with something. Look at this. This one right here, 401ks, IRA, Roth, stocks, and Bitcoins. I have these yellow dashes right here because if you have a stock, if you have anybody on this call, if you have stocks, Roth, 401k, just know this. And I promise you guys this, if you go open your 401k, it's like an EKG machine in the hospital. It's like that. It's like an EKG machine. I see Angela works in the hospital or something. Angela, where do you work at?
Post office.
Oh, post office. All right. Do you know what an EKG machine is?
Yes.
It's up and down like that, right?
Yes.
Anybody who has a 401k, it means your money is in an EKG machine. Watch this. Let me show you guys that. Look at this chart here on your screen. Right here, guys, this is a comparison of the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is the stock market in the United States. So when you say that I have stocks, when you say I have Bitcoin and all of that, it means you've invested your money in one of the companies, one of the top 500 best companies in the United States, like Amazon, Netflix, Facebook. Oh my, I have, you see, Angela will be excited. Hey, Julius, I have stocks with Netflix. Hey, Julius, I've bought my Tesla stocks. Hey, Julius, I got stocks with Apple. When you tell me that, it means that you have stocks in the S&P, you have, your money is in the S&P 500, all right? S&P means Standard and Poor. 500 means the list of top 500 best companies traded with this index. All right. Now, in the past 20 years, I want you to see how the market has been performing so that you are able to now see the trend of everything. Now, look here. In 1997, the S&P 500, let's say Angela, this is this lady called Angela. Angela once worked so hard. Angela took $250,000 of her hard-earned money and she put it in the S&P 500. In 1998, right, the market performed by 26%. So Angela's $250,000 went up to $315,000 in the market. So Angela was excited, really excited that, oh,
Yeah.
I made some money, right? Then boom. In 1997, the market was still in the green, but it left from 26% down to 18%. Angela still made some money. Angela was now at what? $374,000. You guys see that? Excellent. Now, in the year 2000, boom, something happened called the dot-com crash, right? The dot-com bubble. During the dot-com bubble, the market was affected and the market went down to negative 12%. What happened? Angela's retirement money left from $374,000 back to $328,000. In 2001, it went down to $299,000. In 2002, it went down to $225,000. So Angela started with 250 and 2002, few years later, Angela is at 225. The money she made, she's lost it back. You see how life is? Today she's happy, tomorrow she's crying. So Angela is testifying in church today. The next day she takes back the testimony. The next day she testifies. The next day she takes back. Your life cannot be like that, Angela. So the elites are saying that because of the volatility of these accounts, don't put your money in this basket because you have to sleep with one eye open. It's like an EKG machine in the hospital. Now let's fast forward. In 2008, Angela will remember this very well. The US economy had one of the biggest crashes in the economy called the real estate crash. And if you guys follow this trend, every now and then, there is always a crash in the US economy. Approximately what? Every 7 to 10 years or something like that, right? When it happened in 2008, Angela's money in 2007 was already back at 370. Then with the real estate crash in 2008, the market fell and she lost her money back to 207. So you see that from 1998 to 2008, 10 years, Angela has not grown her money. She is actually in the negative because she started with 250. She's back at 207. So you see that those of you who are relying on stocks, Bitcoin, oh my God, I'm doing stocks, I'm doing all of this. What you don't understand is that you are gambling with your money and you don't even know it. That's it. This is not my numbers. This is what the performance of the market has been for the past 20 years. Look at 2015, negative. Look at 2018, that. Look at 2022. COVID came in 2020, right? The market was up. Look at 2022. Because of the war between Russia and Ukraine, the market fell to negative that percent, negative 19%. You guys see that? What has the war between Russia and Ukraine got to do with Angela's money in America that is being affected by negative 19%? So every year there is those fluctuations. So the elites are simply saying here, Angela, that put your money in accounts like these. You see these three accounts? These are top-notch accounts. Index annuities, life insurance, municipal bonds. When you put money in these accounts, Angela, they are protected by a tax code called Section 7702, where you don't only earn money, you save that money, you grow that money tax-free, that money compounds for you, you are able to protect it and can transfer it. It's the greatest kept secret in America that I'm about to unveil to you guys today in a little bit. Are you guys following me?
Yes.
Awesome. Now, let's look at this real quick. Taxes or no taxes? Let me ask Sierra. Are you there, Sierra?
Yes, hi, I'm here.
Awesome. Hey, Sierra, have you ever heard of that statement where they say wealthy people don't pay tax?
Yeah, definitely.
Did you know that you pay more taxes than Amazon?
I'm sure I do.
All right.
They probably
So,
have
but why is
tax-free.
it that these billionaires are so wealthy, they're not paying taxes and you are paying taxes? The difference between you and them is knowledge.
Mhm.
Question number 2 for you, Sierra. Would you rather pay taxes on the seed of corn or on the harvest of corn?
Ooh, on the seed, because I don't know what I'm going to get from the harvest.
There we go. Because the seed is small, the harvest is plenty. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. That's why a lot of people don't understand is when you pay taxes, they always say the rich people pay little or no taxes. The reason is because they do what we call tax deferred growth. They don't pay taxes at all. They pay little or no taxes on their seed so that when they harvest, they don't pay taxes anymore. But you and I, we are doing the opposite. We are paying taxes on our harvest. That is why you get paid on you get charged taxes on your paychecks, Sierra. When you get a check, do they take out taxes?
Yep.
What state are you at?
I'm in Arizona.
All right, that's a beautiful state, the great state of Arizona. Now, in the state of Arizona, you pay both federal and state tax. Is that correct?
Yes.
Excellent. Now, when they take that tax from your check, you are pissed. Oh my God, they took all these Medicare, Social Security, they took all these taxes. Now, Sierra, did you know that when you deposit that money in your bank account, if you make over $10 in interest, your bank is going to send you a 1099, you have to file taxes? Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it means that the same money is being taxed now how many times?
Twice or more.
So you now see that every time, the reason why we are broke, Sierra, is not that we don't work so hard. We work so hard, but every time we're working so hard, the system is taken from us through taxes. So now I'm about to show you a tax code that can allow you pay little or nothing in taxes under Section 7702. That tax code is called Section 7702. Section 7702 is the tax code that is designed by your government, Sierra, for you to not pay taxes at all. That is why in 2020, when Donald Trump was campaigning with Hillary Clinton, they told him, you don't pay taxes. Show us your taxes. He said, no, I do everything by the books. I pay my taxes. He said, you all design the laws. You all create the laws. I'm just smart. The reason why he said he's smart is because he utilizes a tax code called Section 7702 that allows him to pay little or no taxes. That is why these wealthy Americans pay nothing in taxes, Sierra, but you and I pay a lot because we are paying taxes on our harvest. But if we understand how Section 7702 works, we're able to pay little or nothing in taxes. Oh my goodness. If anybody has a business on this call, I'm going to have Maureen set up a one-on-one, right, with you and I. Let me show you how to design your business structure so you pay little or nothing in taxes, utilizing a tax code called Section 412E3. Section 412E3 is a tax code for business owners to pay little or nothing in taxes. You have to understand tax codes so that you avoid losing a chunk of your hard-earned money in taxes. Am I communicating? Excellent. Now
Yes.
let's look at this one. Principle. Now so the elites are simply saying that if you are paying a lot of money in taxes, you cannot be financially free because all your hard-earned money is coming in and is going away in taxes. Uncle Sam is taking away that money. Did you all know that Uncle Sam, there's actually a reason why we call him Uncle Sam. We call him Uncle Sam because Uncle Sam is that uncle in the family that only waits for you to make it and then they come to harvest. Sierra, do you know? That's why he's actually called Uncle Sam. Do you know that your business partner is your Uncle Sam? Uncle Sam only waits when you harvest your check, then he comes and collects his portion. He only waits for your 401k to mature at 59 and a half, then he comes and harvests his portion. Right? Why is it that they tell you that, all right, put money in your 401k, don't touch it until 59 and a half, but at 59 and a half, then you have to pay taxes. You're starting this 401k in your 20s, for example, right? Then you get to your 59 and a half. At that time, you're in a higher tax bracket. Means you have to pay Uncle Sam a bigger chunk of money in taxes. It's just a system that is designed to take from you when you retire. That is why, Sierra, when you go to Walmart to do groceries, you still see a 75-year-old lady checking people out or checking receipts at the door. Wasn't she given a 401k for retirement? Why is it that she worked for 40 years and she's still broke? Because she thought that there was money in her 401k in her retirement account, and when she got there was nothing. Let me blow your minds with this, guys. Look at this. Look at this. This is one of the reasons why I brought you guys or Maureen invited you guys on this call to learn about this. All right. Sierra, Angela, Stephanie, Tara, Alex, everybody on this call, right? I want you guys to give me your undivided attention for a few more minutes. Let me show you guys something that will blow your mind. Look at this. Now, there is something that is called simple interest and compound interest. You guys I'm pleading with you guys, please, 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 please. If there's anything you take home from this call, take this one. Even if you have to not talk to me or Maureen again, don't forget this. This will change your life. America operates on something called compound interest. Now, interest is the mechanism that powers this country. If you want to understand how America thrives, you have to understand interest rates. You have to understand the concept of interest. With interest, you are either earning interest or you are paying it. I say that again. Angela, did you catch that? You are either earning interest or you are paying interest. At any point in time in your life in America, you are either earning interest or you are paying interest. Right now, Sierra, you are either earning interest or you're paying interest. So now let's see. Now, there are two types of interest. There is simple interest and there is compound interest. Simple interest is basic interest. It simply means constant interest. I wish America was operating on simple interest. America is not operating on simple interest. America operates on compound interest. Compound interest is the greatest mystery that I'm unveiling to you guys today. If you understand compound interest, then you are like a child of God with the seal of God on your forehead. You are like untouchable. The devil cannot touch your finances because you understand how to create wealth. Now, let me say this to you guys with my eyes as bold as possible. If you understand compound interest, then you've understood the secret of wealth creation in America. That is why this guy right here, Sierra, unmute and read what this guy right here said for me. Read it like a woman of God. Read it like you mean this. Read this for me.
Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it.
Now,
Albert Einstein.
Yep. The first time I read this statement, I was like, why is Albert Einstein one of the greatest geniuses that ever lived? Why is he saying this? Then I realized that, whoa, in the world, Sierra, there are the 7 wonders of the world. A wonder is something that blows your mind, right? So he said he's going to add one more called compound interest. Like the Grand Canyons, that's a wonder. It's creative. It's like, oh my God, that's mind-blowing, right? It's almost inhuman. So he said there is an 8th wonder called compound interest. So why is he calling compound interest a wonder, a mystery? You see, then I started researching on it and I realized the greatest hidden mystery in financial world ever kept in America. If you understand compound interest, you earn it. If you don't understand, you pay for it. Now watch this. Watch this, guys. Now look at this. When he said this, he gave an example. He says compound $100,000 at 10% interest. You see that? $100,000 at 10% interest. When you compound $100,000 at 10% interest, two things happen. 10% of $100,000, Sierra, is $10,000, right? If you look at the simple interest column, every year just $10,000 interest on the $100,000, just add 10K, 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 10K. That's it. So it means that let's do this example with two people. So let's say Sierra right here has never understood compound interest. So she goes to the bank and she takes a loan to buy a house. If you take a loan of $100,000 at 10% interest to buy a house, right? In 30 years, or let's say to do a business, and you are paying, let's say you take a loan of $100,000 at 10% interest to do a business, Sierra, in 30 years, you would have paid the bank 1.7 million. If you punch the numbers in compound interest, you realize that compound interest is interest on top of interest. Because you see, with simple interest, 10,000 was made here. Compound interest, 10,000 was made here in year one. By year two, why simple interest got 10,000, compound interest added another 1,000. So the interest on this interest was 1,000. By year three, it added another interest of 3,000. So compound interest is your principal times your interest times time. So it means that the more the time, the bigger the interest you are paying. That is why when you buy a car, they want you to finance it for 7 years, for 6 years. The longer the time, the more money you've paid the dealership. The reason why you finance a mortgage for 30 years, you finance your house for 30 years, is because these guys want to earn compound interest on you, Sierra. Are you telling me that if you bought a house for $300,000, you could not pay that house in 30 years? Absolutely, you can pay that house in 10 years. But the reason why they make you pay that house in 30 years is because they want to earn compound interest on you. Because compound interest only makes sense over time. Time, principal times interest rate times the time. So whenever you go, they tell you that refinance your car, refinance your house. What they're telling you to do is that stretch it for some more years so that you can pay us more money. Now, there is something called the four mad masters, Sierra. I call them the four mad masters. You have what I call mortgage, credit card loans, other loans, student loans, mortgage, credit card loans, other loans, and student loans. You see these four things? I call them the four mad masters because these things make people go through red lights without seeing that it is red. You go to the stop sign, you don't even see that it's a stop sign because your head is blowing up, right? The bills are driving you crazy. One time I was in Burlington and I saw this guy talking to himself and I approached him and said, bro, are you okay? He said, man, my mortgage is killing me. He just went off on me. I said, dude, I'm not the problem. He just went off. I realized that he's being controlled by what? The four mad masters. You see these four things? These four things is what is keeping us locked down. America is a form of modern prison through the system. And if you don't understand the system, you'll be locked into that prison for the rest of your life. That is why a mortgage, that word mortgage, M-O-R-T, comes from the Latin word debt. A gate means lock. So a mortgage is a deadlock. So whenever somebody buys a house and they call me to come celebrate, I'm going to celebrate 30 years lockdown. Now, not to say that it's a bad thing because you can still come out of it, but the truth is it was designed to lock you down for 30 years. Because Sierra, imagine paying $3,000 every month for 12 months times 30 years. So you realize that the best, if you buy a house right now, the best years of your life have been locked down paying debt. That's exactly what happened to the children of Israel in Egypt. They were locked down paying debt to the Egyptians and King Pharaoh for over those years until Moses came. And they did it for so long that they got used to it. And that's the exact same system we're copying here in America. Now look at this. Look at that. Now, Sierra, throw me any number right here. Now, which simply means that if you bought a house, let's say if you took a loan 30 years ago, to go to school, Sierra, or to do something, a business, and you're paying the bank at 10% interest, in 30 years, you would have paid the bank 1.7 million. That's crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how about you don't pay the bank this 1.7 million? How about you open a compound interest account for yourself so that you earn 1.7 million in 30 years? You see now the earning it part? Now look at this. Throw me any number right here. Anything. Just look at it.
I'm bad at math. 2 million?
All right, 2 million. Look at that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yes. If you take your calculator or you just Google what is the compound interest of $100,000 at 10% interest for 40 years, it will give you 4.5 million. Sierra, what I'm telling you is that if when your parents gave birth to you, if they open a compound interest account for you, right, and dumped $100,000 in there at 10% interest, by the time you turn 40, you have 4.5 million sitting in there waiting for you. You now see why we call those kids trust fund babies? You now see why I have some friends in New York and New Jersey, right? Those Jewish people, when they give birth to their children, when we go to celebrate baby showers in our communities, they don't do baby showers and all those things, right? They create what we call $1 million baby, so that by the time the child gets to 18, that child is already a millionaire by utilizing this concept right here. It's called compound interest. But you know what me, you and I do? We start off life with student loans. Do you know people who are in school right now that they've taken student loans, but they're done with school, but they're still paying on their student loans? You never people never stop paying on their student loans here. They pay for like forever. You ask yourself, I only went to school for 5 years. What's going on? Compound interest. I just took a car. I'm trying to pay it off. What's going on? Compound interest. Why is it my mortgage not ending? Compound interest. What's happening to these credit cards? Compound interest. Imagine this is 10%. Your credit card is compounding at 24%, 27%, 39%. You gotta be careful because the system is designed for you to be paying compound interest all your life. It's about time you get this knowledge so that you can now do what I call open a compound interest account so that you can put your money in a bucket that has uninterrupted compound interest. You see all of these accounts, they can be interrupted. Your money in a CD, 401k, Roth, stocks, Bitcoin, the market can interrupt that growth. But when you put your money in fixed index annuities, Sierra, your money grows uninterrupted. There are only two accounts that give you what I call uninterrupted compound interest. You have fixed index annuities and life insurance. Did you know you can actually put money in life insurance? Sierra, did you know that? A lot of people
I don't
life
think I
insurance.
did.
No, life insurance is not to die. People were thinking that it's to die, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not to die. It's the greatest kept secret. The one that is to die is called death insurance. There is a tax code that protects life insurance where the wealthy people hide money and grow that money uninterrupted compound interest. I'm about to unveil it to you guys. You guys go, oh my God. Yes. Life insurance is actually a bank account. I'm about to show you guys how you can become your own family bank, own your own personal bank account, and you never have to take a loan from the bank or borrow money from anybody. Watch this. Now, let me ask you this question. Angela, can you read this question for me real quick? Unmute for me. Hold on, she's trying to. Angela, unmute. I see your lips moving, but the volume. There we go.
Okay. It says, I flow, 5 flow. Many days forward could you survive? Oh, how many? Okay, I'm sorry. How many days forward could you survive if you stop working today?
Yeah, that question. Yep. Let me have Tara. Can you read this question for me real quick?
How many days forward could you survive if you stop working today?
All right. Now let's do an introspection quickly. Just think about your account. Think about your checking account, your savings account, your 401k, your stocks, everything that you think that you own. You know, because you're telling me, hey, Julio, don't worry. I'm driving the latest car right now. I live in a 4-bedroom mansion. I got it all. I hear you. I respect that. You're telling me, hey, Julius, I work in IT. I have 2 IT jobs. I'm comfortable. I got my life together. I'm good. I love that. But I got a question for you. How many days forward could you survive if something was to happen to your capacity to make money right now and you can no longer work? How many days forward could you survive? 1 year? 6 months? When I was asked this question, Sierra, it was 2 weeks. I'm out in 2 weeks. Now, the reality is that you are wearing the shoes and you know where it hurts. Who you are is you when nobody is seeing you. Because listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, we live in a country where 1 second you can be okay, the next second you are not. Let me tell you guys this, you don't get to choose. Angela, listen to this. You don't get to choose the storms that come your way, but you can choose to prepare for when the storms come your way. You cannot choose what sickness you're going to be sick with, but you can choose to prepare for when sickness comes. Let me ask you a question, Angela. Do you think that being sick is a matter of if or when?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I believe in healing, so I can't say it, but you got to get ready for anything.
It's a matter of when, because even old age is sickness. I tell you the truth. Oh yeah. Even when you're old and you can no longer take care of yourself, that is a form of sickness. It's called chronic. It's called being chronically sick. Oh yes. So being sick is a matter of when. So at some point we're going to be sick. While we are trusting God for healing, right? While his hand comes to heal us, are you prepared to take care of
No,
yourself before the healing comes? So that's the question. So a
I'm
lot
not
of people work so hard, but they're not prepared. Now, you don't get to choose the storms that come your way. You can choose to prepare. And I always say this because I remember there's this lady. I was speaking to my wife one time, and she was sharing me a story just recently, and I actually follow that story to see what happened because my wife is a medical doctor. So she's speaking to her friend, this lady, because right now in America, if you ladies don't know this, breast cancer is rampant. It's crazy now, breast cancer. And that is why my wife does a lot of education shows on the importance of doing your breast self exam. Very important. Now, this lady felt a lump on her left breast. So when she felt it and felt feverish, she just went to one of these basic clinics down the street and they gave her some medication. She took the medication and felt better and the lump disappeared. Exactly 3-4 weeks later, this lady went into the hospital. She was a nurse in the hospital. And boom, as she's on the clock walking, she passes out. Just like that, she passes out. So as they started running diagnosis on her, they realized that she was already at stage 4 cancer. The cancer had eaten her left breast all the way to her spine. The doctor said she has less than 7 months to live. 1 second, this lady is okay with 4 children. The next second, she's not. A Hispanic lady. So she is crying. She's confused. She doesn't know what to do. She has to structure her life within 6-7 months or less, right? 1 second, she's okay. The next second, she's not. You don't get to choose the storms that come your way. It could be you driving on the street and a 20-year-old kid that is drunk and driving hits your car, your vehicle. It could be you being in your place of work and a crazy dude walks in with an AR-15 rifle and starts shooting. It could be anything. We don't pray for these things to happen, but let us prepare ourselves for when the storms of life come. Be it sicknesses, be it any challenge, you want to be prepared for when the storms come. The question is your financial portfolio able to replace your income if you fall sick today? I say this because the number one cause of poverty and being homeless in America is caused by chronic and critical illness. Chronic and critical illness. You see this? They make people go bankrupt. They make people go broke, go homeless, go poor. They lose everything. 1 second you have everything, the next second you lose everything. That precious job you think you have can be taken from you in an instant. This lady that was we just talked about, she's in her same hospital. The HR department sent her a letter because she was now on chemotherapy. After 3 months, she could no longer work, right? So they sent her a letter telling her that, hey, because you can no longer work, we are sorry, we have to let you go. But when you feel better, if you get through this, we are more than welcome. You are more than welcome to come back to your place of work, right? Now, she needs to pay for bills. She had health insurance and all. Because of her termination, health insurance is gone. All those benefits are gone. She now has to take care of her cancer, chemo, all of those things from out of pocket. How is she going to be able to help herself by taking care of these things from out of pocket? So now the medical bills in this country are insane. Within just a few weeks, the hospital reaches out to her and says, hey, your medical bills are piling up. We cannot help you anymore. You gotta help yourself. And so, now, did you guys know that in every hospital, there's a department called the social workers department? The job description of that social worker is to come to you and see if the state of Texas or your state of Arizona, Sierra, can help you pay for your medical bills. But just so you know, for the state of Arizona to help pay for your medical bills, when you can no longer afford to pay for your medical bills, what they will do is that the social worker will put your social security number in the system. They will run that social security. Everything that you own pops up. They see everything that you own. So your checking account, your savings, your CD, your 401k, everything comes up. Now, when everything comes up, what happens is that they now assess to see if the state can help you pay for your medical bills. When the state assesses and sees that, hey, your net worth is over $3,000, they're not going to help you. So for the state to help you pay for your medical bills, your net worth has to be $3,000 or broke for the state of Arizona or the state of Texas to help you. It's called Medicaid. For you to be eligible for Medicaid, when you are faced with a chronic or critical illness situation, your net worth has to be $3,000 or broke. So the government, your state wants you to be broke before it can help you in a situation when you are going through critical illnesses like heart attack, stroke, cancer, end-stage renal failure, major organ transplant, blindness, paralysis, all of these things. Chronic illnesses is when you cannot perform 2 out of the 6 activities of daily living. You see this? For example, you cannot feed yourself, use the toilet by yourself, bathe yourself, dress yourself, transfer yourself, continence. If you cannot perform 2 out of these 6, you're considered chronic. If your job cannot help you, you see all of these accounts that will fail you. It's only the right type of structured life insurance portfolio that can write you a check to replace this income. And people have to know how this is designed so they know where to put your money. Now, let me show you guys something. Regrettable error most people do is that my job and the government will help me. Your job will not help you in a situation of chronic or critical. All right? The government will not be able to help you because your net worth is over $3,000. So they'll tell you, go sell your house, go sell your cars. When you are now $3,000 or broke, then the state can help you. Oh my God, that is crazy.
That's horrible.
It's horrible. Look at this. The last thing I'm going to talk about on this is what we call the estate and the probate court system. Angela, have you ever heard of a probate court?
Yeah, heard of it.
What is it? Can you say real quick?
I believe it has to do with estates.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Nice. Now, guys, pay attention to this one. A probate court is a court that manages the estate of a deceased person. Estates, as you see right here, is the bills of a deceased person. When somebody is pronounced dead in the hospital, all their bills are due. Those due bills and whatever that person owns and all is called an estate. People don't understand this. Let me shock you guys with something. There is a reason why the doctor has to pronounce someone dead in the hospital, Angela. So if I am pronounced dead in the hospital, the doctor will come and say time of death, 2 p.m. The reason why the doctor has to say 2 p.m. is because the moment the doctor makes that pronunciation, within 2 hours of that phone call, every asset that that person owns is frozen by the probate court. So the probate court will freeze your checking account, your savings, your CD, your 401k, your IRAs, your Roth, your stocks, your Bitcoin. Everything is frozen. The reason why they freeze all of this is because when you are alive, you have what we call irresponsibilities. Your rent, your bills, the light bill that you did not pay before dying, the ambulance that took you to the hospital when you were sick, all of those bills, right? That student loan that you've not paid, that credit card you've not paid, all of those are bills that are due when you pass away. Those bills are not passed on to your loved ones. No. Even in your deathbed, you have to pay those bills. To pay those bills, the probate court, the job description of a court called the probate court is to freeze all of those things to settle your estate. You guys catch that? So now when they settle your estate, anything that is left is now given to your loved ones tax-free. Oh, well, I don't know how they do it, but it's now given to your loved ones. So if you Google probate court near me, you're going to see one near your house. If you go down there, you're going to cry. You go, oh my God, I didn't know this. So it means that anyone listening to me, it is important that as you work so hard, put your hard-earned money inside index annuities and the right life insurance so that it's protected from the probate court. And then you roll all of those over and you put it in what I call a living trust. Angela, you must have what we call the Angela Trust, so that everything that you have is inside your trust. So if somebody files a lawsuit against you, they cannot touch anything you own because there is nothing in your name. Even when you are no longer alive, everything that you own can be passed on to your loved ones without the probate court touching it. Why is it that you are working so hard and you've paid off your house, your cars, but everything is in your name? One lawsuit can wipe out every hard-earned work that you've put in for all these years. So everyone listening to me, it's important to have a will and a living trust. Your will and living trust is important because your name is Angela. Your trust is called Angela Enterprises. Your car is inside your trust. Your house is inside your trust. Every property you own is inside your trust. In case you are not longer alive today, all of those can be passed on to your loved ones without the nuances of the probate court system. Let me show you guys something. This is a general report card of everything we've been talking about today. This is how your portfolios have been. If you have a checking account and saving a CD, 401k, this is how it performs on this report card. Now, Angela, look at this on your screen. If there is one account you want to learn about today, which account is it going to be? Show me that one account that when you put your money, you never lose that money. There is no management fees. You are able to outpace inflation. You don't pay taxes. You grow your money, compound interest. You can access that money at any point in time, right? In case of illness, it can replace your income and it does not go to probate. Which are the accounts, Angela?
Life insurance and index annuities.
You guys see life insurance and annuities? Those are powerful accounts. You see that? So if you were to learn about any account, which one will it be, Angela?
Life insurance. It goes all the way right across. And
there we go. Now, it is not to die. It is called life. It's not to die. If they told you it's to die and then they deceived you, let me show you guys the greatest kept secret briefly. There are 3 ways money grows in America. These are the 3 buckets your money sits in right now. Your money is inside of a fixed bucket. That's like your checking or savings account. Your money is inside of a variable bucket. That's like your stocks and Bitcoin. It's an EKG machine. You see this? This is your 401k. Each time you open your 401k, it's exactly like this. It has a chart like this. It's called variable growth. There is a third option. I call it the staircases to heaven. Look at this. Because when your money is growing, Angela, when the market is falling like it's falling right here, it locks your gain. You see this lock sign? It locks your gains. You don't lose money. So you make money, you don't lose money. You make money, you don't lose money. All of this is called the index growth option. So your money grows and it locks if the market is falling. So I did not know, Sierra, that you can actually put your money in an index bucket that grows, and when the market is falling, it locks your gains. I didn't know anything exists like that. So that is why this guy right here, Warren Buffett, was saying, my advice to you is buy the index. The index is a powerful bucket where your money grows, and when the market is falling, it locks your gains. So if you are looking for where to invest your money, put your money in index financial portfolios, because when the market is falling, your money does not lose. It locks your gain. It's not like stocks and Bitcoin. It's not cryptocurrency. It's not some AI, whatever. It is an index portfolio that guarantees you an interest rate regardless of the volatility of the market. Did you guys catch that?
Yes.
Now see this real quick. See this. Briefly, this is just the different types of life insurances. We are not here to talk about them. A group life insurance is given to you guys by your job, all right? Right now, if you are with your job and they're giving you a life insurance, that's called group life. That is the greatest deception. You are paying money for nothing. They will tell you that it's free, right? So the advantage is that the cost is insignificant and free, part-time for mostly full-time and part-time employees. But the coverage will end when you leave your job. It's paid only upon death and mostly at work. There is no benefit to you, right? So that's why I call it is deceptive. This is called death insurance, and you have to die when you're at work. Then there's another one called term life. If you guys know Dave Ramsey or Susie Orman, Dave Ramsey is always telling you buy term life. Sierra, what Dave is telling you to do is that Wall Street is paying him to advertise and do all these things for you, because if you buy a insurance for 10, 15, 20, or 30 years, if you have a 20-year life insurance, Sierra, you have to die in 20 years. If you don't die in 20 years, all the money you've paid is gone. So why are you going to give your money to someone for 20, 30 years? Because it's only paid upon death. There's no benefit to the client while they're alive. Premiums will increase when 20 years ends and you want to renew it. Most of the coverages end above 65. 2% pays out. 98% never really pays out. You are gambling by betting against your life. You see this right here? So it's all a way for the system to keep taking money from you in the form of, hey, take this. It's called death insurance. This is not what I came to talk to you about. Nope. There's another one called whole life. some of it is good, some is not, but it can go all the way to H100. It is expensive. It's what it is. Some people have this. It's better than this one at the end of the day, but some of it don't really have benefits to you while they're alive. But what I wanted to talk to you guys briefly about today is called the Index Universal Life Insurance Portfolio. You see this word index? Remember that index accounts, when you put your money in an index bucket, it grows. So what happens is that, guys, look at me. Under the tax code, section 7702, they created this tax code, section 7702, and they decided to hide this product called IUL, Index Universal Life. If you've ever heard of an IUL, it is the greatest magic in America. This is protected by the tax code, the federal tax code 7702, right? And what happens is that when your money is inside that index bucket, you are able to grow that money compound interest. You can take out that money and do whatever you want to do with it tax-free. Let me show you something that will blow your minds. Any of these companies can design it for you. Let me show you guys something. If you want to see more about it, read these books. There's a lot of books. I'm going to have Maureen share these screenshots with you guys so you guys can see these books, right? This is a tax-free retirement. Look before you love. The volatility, the family bank strategy. These are all books that they always say, Angela, that if you want to hide knowledge, put it in books. Because when we are done with this call, I don't want you guys to start Googling things. Buy books and read. Because Google is somebody that is wanting you to know what they want you to know. But if you read books, you learn more from books, right? All right, hold on here 1 second. All right, look at this, guys. Briefly, there is something that is called bank-owned life insurance. You see that? Then what is this called, Sierra? Look at this. What is it called?
Corporation-owned life insurance.
So do you look at this? Read this for me, Sierra. What is it?
Bank
what?
of America
What
life
is it?
insurance assets. Sorry.
All right. What is Bank of America having?
19 billion.
$19 billion. Now read the title of this book.
How the Wealthy Use Life Insurance as a Tax-Free Personal Bank to Supercharge Their Savings.
So read what Wells Fargo has here.
Wells Fargo has 17.7 billion. JP Morgan Chase has 10.3 billion, and US Bank has 5.4 billion.
The list goes on and on. All right. Look at these companies. Do you recognize these companies? Read some of them. Look at this one. Verizon,
Comcast, AT&T. Yep.
The question is that why are they putting their money in life insurance when you and I are putting our money in the bank? Let me tell you something. Have you ever wondered what banks do with your money when you give them your money? Now, they take your $100,000. They take my $100,000. They take Angela's $100,000. They gather that money. They take that money and bank it somewhere. So what I'm teaching you guys today is to be able to bypass the middleman called banks and bank your money where the banks bank your money. Bank your money where the banks bank your money. Because if you do exactly what the banks are doing, Sierra, you're going to be super wealthy, I tell you the truth. Because then when they take your money and bank it somewhere else, they are making compound interest on your money. Then they take the interest and come and loan it back to you and charge you compound interest. Oh my God. So the banks are using us to be wealthy from the back end and in the front end. So it's called bank-owned life insurance and corporation-owned life insurance. These guys are smart because this is the safest place. In life insurance, IULs is the safest place to keep your money, because it's not affected by the market. So the banks are required to be able to put money in those accounts. You guys see that? Oh my goodness. Time is going to cut me short to show you guys all of these different things. That tax code is called section 7702. We're going to probably have another section. Let me show you guys a typical design on how this works so you guys understand now how to create wealth. This is the theory. Part 2 of this training, maybe later on, maybe next week, I don't know when Maureen will schedule it again, will now be the practical. If you guys are serious about this, I want you guys to reach out to her. Let her schedule another session with you guys. Let me now show you guys how to, the practical approach on how this works. All right, so that you see the real numbers and you'll be mind blown how this could perform for you. Now, you cannot go back and change the beginning, but you can start from where you are and change the ending. All right? These are very realistic situations, and I want you guys to understand them. I want to end with this story of Scott. This is a young man that was healthy like you and I, and he was just walking his dog when he had a heart attack and passed away. We were able to file a claim for him, and they sent him a check of $350,000 to replace his income. in the hospital dealing with a stroke here and there, a heart attack, sorry. This is Scott here. When he got out of the hospital, he was able to pay off his house and his 2 cars. So when I'm going to show you the numbers, I'm going to be teaching you how to bypass the bank and bank your money where the banks bank your money. I'm also going to be showing you guys how to create wealth, protect that wealth, and how to transfer that wealth. Is that clear, guys?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
I'm going to leave my phone number for you guys in the chat. Anybody feel free to reach out to me. We can schedule one-on-ones. We can schedule more time to look to discuss your situation personally, to see what the scripture says, to see how things are, and to see how you can structure your wealth and have better informed decision on your finances.
Thank you.
All right, that's it in the chat, just in case you guys need to get that phone number. And of course, you guys can reach out, and Maureen is going to explain more for you. Guys, if you think education is expensive, wait until you see how much ignorance costs, right?
Yeah.
What America has given to us is a system. It's about time we get the knowledge, because as children of God, we have to stand and be. This land was given to us as our possession. We were not sent here to just barely survive. I want you all to get this knowledge. In all you're getting, get understanding. The currency of heaven is these things that I'm telling you guys. So you don't spend the rest of your life paying bills. You spend it thriving for God. Somebody say hallelujah to that.
Hallelujah.
I hope this really blessed you guys today. I would have loved to really go on and on, but since our session for today is ended, we're going to have another session so that we really look at the numbers. And of course, any one of you, feel free to reach out, and I can schedule a one-on-one Zoom session with you. And we now look at the numbers for you and how to structure your wealth so that it can really, you can make better informed decisions to keep proceeding and going forward. Thank you guys so much for your time. I love you all so much, and I hope you guys did learn so much from today's Zoom session.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank
So
you.
Thank you, Julius.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
You
Thank
guys are
you.
welcome. Mhm.
Yes. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye,
It
guys.
was
Bye.
wonderful. Bye.
Excellent. I'm so glad. Awesome.
Alrighty. So, ladies, so I hope we learned something from that. How was that session so far?
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Great information.
Learned a
Yeah.
lot, yeah.
All
Very
right.
Yeah.
All right. So his number is in the chat. If you would want to reach out, of course, I'm going to put the number in our little group on Telegram. If you would like to reach out for more information, then you should do that. Did anybody have a question that you would like to ask? Maybe I could redirect you to him for that. Just indicate if you had a question.
I do.
Yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was wondering, so make money, don't lose money. So does that mean that we shouldn't be putting money into anywhere where we have the potential of losing it, or just like, what's the balance there? So like, does he advise not doing stock market at all?
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna put you through to him. Maybe give you his number, then you can have that conversation. And I will always inform him that I did give his number to so and so person. So when you're reaching out, he's not embarrassed, or you are not embarrassed, or something like that. So I hope that was helpful. Anyone who has a question, please do indicate in the Telegram group, and I will send you his info so you can reach out. And I will also let him know that you're going to be reaching out. I think it's a great opportunity for us all if you actually get with him and really learn what he's talking about and see the numbers, see the potential, then you're going to really want to do it. I know at this point, many people may be like, oh, I'm so confused. What is he saying? And so on. So those sessions that I might get you to have with him, if you are interested, will really help you and will answer all of your questions. I would suggest and advise that you follow through with this guy, because he is very knowledgeable. One, he fears the Lord. Two, he will not tell you anything that is fraudulent or something that will lead to a dead end with no benefits at all. Whatever he says to you, it's going to be something that is absolutely beneficial. And I advise that we all follow through with this because, it's wise what he's saying. It's so, so wise. I mean, you guys probably understand it better because you have been in the system longer. You have experienced most of the things that he's talking about. And so you might want to do that. So just a quick roll call. How many of us would want to, have a one-on-one with him or something like that? You could just indicate in the chats and let me see. Let me do a count.
I want to say yes, but I can't. I don't know how to do the chat.
Okay,
I'm
if you
sorry.
can't do the chat, please say yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's 2, 3,
I think I
4.
found it. I found it.
Okay, 5.
Did you see mine? Yes. Okay. I
Yeah.
see it.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have 1, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm going to send up his number to the chats, and then you can, communicate with him from there, and I will let him know that you guys will be reaching out. So I think we have stayed for too long today, and I do apologize. I think he was rushing trying to catch up with the time because at some point I texted him and said this is supposed to be 1 hour. The ladies are probably tired, so he was trying to rush through it. So next week we're going to continue, and of course, during the week I'm going to be having one-on-ones with each and every one of you to discuss maybe whatsoever is going on, and we'll do follow-ups. Please remember, wherever I stopped with you in the last one-on-one, I am going to continue from there because I have this file where I write everything. So I know exactly where we stopped. So I'm going to continue from wherever we ended in. And if I did not have a one-on-one with you yet, I saw a message from I think two of our ladies saying they did not get to have a one-on-one. I'm going to schedule that and prioritize that for the next week. But to every other person, I'm going to talk to you at your scheduled time, the same time that we did this last week. That's the same time I'm going to talk to you. Is there any questions before we go?
I'm not sure if I missed my appointment or I didn't miss it. I don't
No,
think
you did not.
I didn't. So it's still the same, right? It's still
Same.
the same
Yes,
time. Okay.
it's the same.
All right.
It's the same time.
Right. I'm like, I was looking, my appointment book looked kind of weird, and I'm like, I don't think that's right. Okay.
Yeah, it's the same time. Okay, in the absence of any questions, I'm gonna let you guys go. Have, take a break, drink something nice, warm, cold, whatever you need just to cool down with all the knowledge. I know he was screaming at some point, but I mean, we get that it's the passion with which he's speaking. And so take some time to relax, and the Lord bless you. Have a beautiful weekend, ladies.
Thank you,
You.
Lorraine.
Thank you,
It was so
Lorraine.
wonderful, Lorraine.
Bye.
Good choice. Bye, everybody.